In this session, I'll quickly walk you through all the materials we need for this module. This is mostly a recap of previous tools and sources we've already used to gather visual elements. For those of you who prefer not to repeat the process, you can simply download the material provided in this session and follow along. However, if you'd like to go off script and create your own unique avatar scene, you absolutely can. And I'll briefly summarize how to gather and reshape some of the elements we've learned to use so far in this course. Before we begin, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not sponsored by any of the sources or tools I'm about to mention. Okay, let's have a quick look at what elements I used to create this module. The scene is built using a simple rectangle with a gradient fill to create a natural-looking sky backdrop. I then added an image of a sun, some clouds, a few mountaintops, some animated rain, and finally a layer of dirt, grass, and bushes to build the ground level. Naturally, we need to bring back the avatar, as this module is all about him. I also chose to reuse the 3 flower stages we created in a previous module. Lastly, I added a 3D bird model using PowerPoint's built-in 3D library and enhanced the scene by attaching sound effects to both the rain and the bird to give it more life. I actually forgot where I originally found the sun, clouds, mountains, dirt, grass, and bushes I used for this module when I started recording it for the course. So, I will use this as an opportunity to showcase the power of Google's reverse image search again. If you upload a photo to Google Images, it will find websites that contain that same image or visually similar ones. It's a really handy trick for rediscovering sources or finding higher quality versions of images you've used before. I ended up using vectorstock.com and downloading the material from there. You don't need to download anything yourself. You can find all of the final assets neatly packaged in the course material, but I still thought this was such a neat trick that it was worth mentioning again. If you're going off script and decided to download your own image, don't forget that you can turn it into a vector using tools like vectorizer.io. This tool allows you to upload your image and convert it into scalable vector shapes, which is perfect for PowerPoint editing. You can also control how many colors it detects and even remove specific colors, helping to reduce clutter and keep the vector manageable. For me, the service was free for a few uses, but eventually required payment. If you're using the material provided in the course, though, you don't need to worry about this step. For the rain GIF, I had forgotten the exact search prompt I used to find the specific one, but thankfully, you can use the same Google reverse image trick to help track it down. Even though you can't upload a GIF directly to Google Image Search, you can save a single frame from the GIF as a still image. Just right-click it and save it as a PNG or JPG. Then upload that image to Google Images. More often than not, Google will identify where the original GIF is hosted or suggest similar animated versions. It's a surprisingly effective way to track down assets you've used before or discover alternatives. Once you find the right one in Google's search results, just right-click the GIF and save it again in its original animated format. Moving on to the 3D bird, PowerPoint includes a built-in 3D library. Head to the Insert tab and select 3D models. In the search bar, type bird and you'll see a range of options. Some of these models feature a small, moving person icon in the bottom left corner, which indicates that the model is animated. Once inserted, you can drag, resize, and even animate the bird using PowerPoint's animation tools, just like any other object. If you decide to go off script again, and explore more interesting 3D models, a great resource is sketchfab.com. You can search for free models. You might need to create a free account to download, but once you're in, you can download any compatible model as a .glb file. These files work well with PowerPoint and can add an extra level of depth and creativity to your projects. Lastly, I wanted to enhance the scene with a bit of audio, so I added some simple sound effects. I used tuna.voicemod.net, a handy and free sound resource. I searched for rain and bird to match the visuals in the scene. I have now summarized all the elements we need for this scene, so you should have a clear picture of what's coming. In the next session, we'll start bringing it all to life using animations. Making the sun rise over the horizon. The avatar walks across the screen, while the rain sound gently fades out and a bird swoops in, singing as it enters. Later on, we'll take it even further by creating an AI-generated voice for the avatar, giving it a voice, expression, and a touch of personality.